Well, hello there, everybody. Today I'm going to be unboxing what I like to think is the closest thing you can find to a New York City friendly carry knife. I ordered this on Amazon, and let me just open it really quick and I'll show you what it is. And then I'll go down the list of why I think it's a compliant knife for what are strict personal protection and knife carry laws in New York City. I'm opening this package with my favorite carry knife here in Florida, which is a Gerber Icon 4 7/8 inch blade knife. That I won't be bringing. I'm going to New York City next month, and I did a little research on what kind of protection I could carry there, and I was very limited, as I soon found out. Not only do they have really strict gun laws, which obviously is out of the question, but even knife laws. So it's very hard to carry something that's would be considered a weapon, as far as a pocket knife goes. So this is what I ended up deciding on Amazon. It's called an Imperial knife, and let me take it out of the package here to show you. Wow, that's pretty hefty. That's a cool knife. Just checking it out. Basically, it's a standard pocket knife. And here's a reason. This, by the way, this cost like all of $9 on Amazon. As you can see, it's pretty hefty. But look at that; it's pretty thick. Good quality. Here's the reasons why I think this knife is actually pretty compliant in New York City for a carry knife. I'll go down some of the items. Number one, it's a blade that has to be shorter than 4 inches. It's pretty stiff. So as you can see here, from the hilt to the tip, it's about a little over 3.5 inches long, so 3.6 inches long. And that is from the very end of the handle to the tip. So that is under 4 inches. Okay, actually less than 4. It's about 3 inches with a sharpened area. So that's one. That's one rule that it meets. The second, which is equally important, is a blade cannot lock. A blade cannot lock, so it can't be a lockable blade. This right here is a what they call a slip joint design, and so it doesn't lock, but it's got a firm. It opens and stays firmly in place. And why is that? Is because it has a hardened spring in the liner in here, and it just keeps it taut, very similar to blades that you grew up with in the Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts or something like that. Just kind of like an old timer knife, similar to a Swiss Army knife as well. So that's number two. Number three is that. What is number three? Number three is important. It can't be a gravity knife. Like, in other words, it can't be a self-deploying knife. In other words, I've heard stories where police officers will take a knife and try to flick the blade using the weight of the blade out, or take it by the blade and try to flick it out that way. Well, this one's not going to do it. The spring keeps it firmly in place, so you can't just deploy it by flicking the blade. And that's how they usually get some people, walking around on the street with a blade. We'll see if it deploys quickly like that. Flick it out. Flickable knife. So this is not, can't do that with this. I mean, the density of the blade is it's pretty beefy, but it's still not enough weight to counteract the spring that's in there. Same thing with a blade. It's a nice blade. It's not like a tactical, Tanto 1/4-inch blade where it has the weight to flip out, but it's a nice blade though. Anyway, you can't do that. So that's number 3. Number 3 has been met. Number 4 is there's no pocket clip. So to carry this in New York City, you'll have to keep this deep in your pocket, and that's definitely doable. It's only about, I don't know, no longer than 4 inches, a little bit over 4 inches long. That'll fit in your pocket nicely. If they see you, from what I read, if they see you with a pocket clip, that's grounds for them to stop you to see what you have, what you have on you. So this can fit in your pocket, no problem. That is, you're not going to have a clip that you're going to accidentally slip over your pocket or over your belt, not without even thinking. So this will go right into your pocket. That's number 4. That's four criteria met as far as the main rules as far as carrying a pocket knife. The 5th one is basically like it's a utility design. It's not like this. This is a bit of a tactical design. I mean, it's a tough. It can be called a fighting weapon, which scares a lot of people when they look at it. Obviously, like some people in New York that make laws, but this is a utility knife. This is just a pocket knife, It's nothing different. It's no different than something you'd whittle wood with, or that you bring on a camping trip, So it's not menacing in that degree. So it's a utility knife, and that's just aesthetics, I mean that people are less threatened by something like this compared to something like this. You know what I mean? And 6, I guess 6 is really this is important too, but it's the intent of which you carry the knife. If hopefully you're not going to be in the middle of Times Square cutting a hot dog in half with this thing. That's just not a smart thing to do. But if by chance somehow you get caught, or they ask you what's in your pocket, it may be peeking out or something like that by chance, you can pull it out, and they're going to ask you, why do you have this? Smart thing to say would be, well, I like food. I use this to cut apples and pears and cheese with it. Sometimes I'll dig the dirt out from my fingernails with it. The trick is to make sure that to tell them that it's a utility knife. Nothing too menacing. Like you're not going to go and look for you're not looking for trouble with it. It's basically a knife for your use. And that's the purpose of intent. That'll probably help you the most of all. Now if they ask you and you go, hey, I'm gonna use this for self-protection, man. This is I'm gonna cut somebody with this if I get in a hard if I get into a tough situation, I'm going to use this to cut a bitch. You know what I mean? I mean that'll they'll put the hammer down on you for that. But if you just say, look, I'm going to use this to cut food. This is my preparation knife. A camping knife. You should be fine. It depends on the officer that you get, obviously. But they should. This is complete. Look, this is a great knife. It's great quality. It's tight. Doesn't come out automatically. It's not a locking knife. It's under 4 inches. No clip, to trip you up. Yeah, this is the one. It really is. And for $9, you can't beat it. Obviously, this is a copy of a case knife. They call them sod busters. They're just little, utility knives that you go on camping trips with. But I'll tell you what, it's a good blade. I think it's probably 440. 440. It has a nice edge on it as it is. You could probably sharpen up a little bit, but that's a really nice edge. All right, guys. I know it's a long video. It's a few minutes long, but a little longer than I wanted to go. But That is why I think this is a New York compliant knife. Again, under 4 inches, does not lock, no clip to trip you up, does not look menacing. You know, it's a utility knife. Just say you cut cheese and fruit with it, and you're good to go. Just don't pull it out until you need it, you know. All right, guys, have a great day. God bless, and happy travels, and stay safe. Take care.